Commissioner, thank you so much for welcoming us into your office. Has it sunk in yet? Does that, like, when people call you Commissioner Caloza, how does that feel?
It's strange, I'm not gonna lie. I think for me it's not about the titles, right? It's just about the work, and it's about the people, and it's about service. And this is just, one position in, the many positions there are here at the city, and that we're all just playing a small role in, delivering on that and making sure that we're doing the best for, our Angelinos and for the mayor and for our city.
I am so excited for you, though. Like, when I heard about the appointment, I was like, yes, and the mayor couldn't have picked a better choice for this position, because I know we don't work very closely with each other, but I know that from other people and from what I know of you or what I've heard, you work very hard. And you talk about work. Let's trace it back to, did you always want to be in public service?
I always knew that I wanted to do mission-driven work, in whatever way that meant, whether that was, becoming an attorney, which I thought I wanted to be at one point, or working in government. I think for me it stemmed when I got really sick. I was in college working, 2 jobs, had multiple internships, and I just was totally, exhausted that I got pneumonia, and actually ended up being hospitalized on my birthday. And my birthday here is significant because it's when I would have phased out of my parents' insurance plan. And I was in the hospital for several weeks in the ICU, and by the time I got out, and it was such a traumatizing experience for me that I was just so happy to have come out the other end okay. Mm-hmm. That to receive a bill in the mail from the hospital saying that you owe $300,000.
That would put you right back into the hospital.
It would put me right back into the hospital.
Right.
Yeah. And it's such a common story that so many people face, right? It's already hard enough getting sick and recovering, but to come out and to know that you have this debt, would have just crushed me. And I was so fortunate that, this little known man that maybe not a lot of people know, named President Obama, fought for us and fought for healthcare for people, and passed it the year before, is what allowed me not to, to be covered under my parents' plan, and that's so important for me. I think that was such a huge moment for me, and in terms of my career and defining what I wanted to do next. Mm-hmm. I didn't have this, giant plan that I wanted to end up at City Hall or end up working in the Obama administration. All I knew is that whatever path I was on was not the one for me. Mm-hmm. All I knew was that I needed to do everything in my power, now that I'm out the other end recovering, to actually help this person who helped me, and he didn't even know me.
And so how easy or difficult is it for you as a woman of color,
yeah.
Filipina, woman, to be in an institution like this?
Trying not to focus on my own troubles or problems or insecurities, because I think what grounds me is thinking about the big picture mm-hmm. of the community, for the city, for the Asian American community, for other women, for the Filipino community, and I try to ground myself in that. Right. Because I think, being in government and being public service is about being selfless, as selfless as you can be.
Right.
And so you really have to set aside, whatever, your personal struggles are, and realize that there's a greater good that we're all striving for.
You were the personal choice of Mayor Garcetti. What do you think did he see in you? And I ask this question because I want to inspire other young Filipinas watching right now, whether you're an immigrant or you're born and raised here, because there are certain traits that enable a person to not just be in public service, but also excel in public service.
It's a combination of things, and one of the main things I already talked about is it's like being selfless. It's caring, mm-hmm. right? That is such a big part of, I think, how he picks the people he does for these positions, is the people who care about mm-hmm. the community and doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. You can teach people technical skills, you can right. teach people how to work harder, but you cannot teach people how to care.
Right.
You cannot.
Right.
That's something that's gonna have to be there. from within yourself, and to have that selflessness and that love for the community, that love for the city, that really prevails and shows in your work.
Only a few minutes in this conversation and already being so inspired, we'll be talking a little bit more about Commissioner Caloza's journey, right? When we return on the show, don't go away.